Good evening, everyone. Myself, Isha Abhinandan Gupta. The topic that I have selected today for today's demo, for my demo, is active voice and passive voice for grade 6. So let's get started. Allow me to share the screen. Good afternoon, everyone. So, dear students, a sun, the bright sun, is smiling at us, and it's saying, let's smile and be grateful for another day we have got. So, dear students, we should always be grateful for what we receive, what we get. With this beautiful thought, let us proceed ahead with our topic. But before going towards our topic, let us see what is sentence. As we are going to do English grammar, and the basic of English grammar is sentence. So what is a sentence? You can see on your screen, there are few words, right? If you can see, it's to kindergarten, Emily goes. Can we consider these words as sentence? No, we cannot consider these words as sentence, right? Why? Because the words are not arranged in a particular manner. If I arrange these words in a particular manner, I get a sentence like as Emily goes to kindergarten. So I can consider this as my sentence. So let us see one more example of the same. Bet I made yesterday. Is it a sentence? Is it giving you any kind of meaning? No, right? We don't get any meaning out of this. So, if you want to get a perfect meaning out of these words, we need to arrange these words in a particular order. So, after rearranging the words in a particular order, I get, I made my bed yesterday. Yes, it gives us a meaning that I have made my bed yesterday. So, it is a sentence. So, with these two examples, what can we conclude? That what is sentence? Exactly. Sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought. It is made of two parts. We all know, we have already learned in our previous classes that sentence is made of two parts. And what are those two parts? One is subject and the other is predicate, right? So the sentence consists of two parts, subject and a predicate. And most important, the words should be arranged in a particular manner so that we get complete meaning, or a meaning comes out of those group of words. It should not be haywire. Now, when we talk about sentence, we all know that we have to follow a particular structure for the sentence. So what is that structure of the sentence? Can anyone tell me? Anyone? Very good. As you rightly said, that a sentence consists of three main parts. That is subject plus verb plus object, right? So when we talk about subject, the subject is one part of the sentence, and the other part that we talked about was predicate, that it consists of the verb and the object which is there in the sentence, right? So the subject, verb and object. If we want to make any kind of sentence, we require these three main things. Without subject, we are not going to make no sentence is going to be formed. Without verb, we are not going to make any sentence. That the sentence formation is not possible. Then without object, we can make, but it would be an incomplete meaning. So we require these three elements of the sentence. Let us proceed. Today, as I said, that we are going to use voice. So voice is related to the verb of the sentence. Verb that we use in the sentence can be used to express different ways. One way to express is the voice. Verb expresses voice of the sentence. Yes, like we have our voice in more or less the similar way. Sentence also has its voice. You know, we have a voice, energetic voice and a low voice. So sentence also have voice, which tells us the emphasis of the verb on which part of the sentence. The verb is emphasized on which part of the sentence that we come to. So the voices of the sentences are passive voice and active voice. Let us proceed with active voice. What is active voice? As you can see in this image, a girl is taking that loudspeaker and she's shouting out loud. Yes, with all her energy. So that is activeness. She is active. So an active voice sentence, there are some examples. Let us see in some examples and then we will conclude with what is active voice and how the verb is used in an active voice sentence. So the first sentence is, the cat is chasing the mouse. Here in this sentence, what is the verb? The verb is chasing, right? Let us see another sentence. Here you can see there are so many beautiful giraffes. So, beautiful giraffes roam the savannah. In this sentence, which word acts as a verb? Right, it's roam. The third picture is a girl, a beautiful girl selling fruits in a fruit market. So the sentence here is, Mary sells the fruit. So as you can see, the word sells is underlined. So sells indicates which part of speech? It indicates verb. Right, absolutely right. Now, as you all have seen, the word chasing, roam, sells. These were the verbs which are used in the sentence. Now, when we ask these verbs a question, who is doing this action? The cat is chasing the mouse. Who is chasing the mouse? The cat. Beautiful giraffes roam in the savannah. Who roam in the savannah? Beautiful giraffes, right? Mary sells the fruit. Who sells the fruit? Mary. So when we are getting answer of who and the part that we get as an answer, and these all part which we got as an answer are subject of the sentence, right or wrong? Right? They are the subject of the sentence. They are about whom are we talking? What is the subject? Subject is the part that tells us about what the sentence is. We are talking about who, right? Whenever we have to start a sentence, whenever we have to begin a sentence, we will start it with noun or a pronoun. So, subject always tells us, always gives us the idea about who are we going to talk. So, who does the action is the answer that we get from the subject. So, we are getting subject as an answer, and when we get subject as an answer, we can conclude that the subject of the sentence is the answer and the subject of the sentence is the doer of the action, right? The sentence is when we are saying that who does the action, subject does the action, right? Who is doing the action? Subject is doing that action. So subject becomes a doer. Subject is an active participant here in this sentence. So the subject becomes doer. And in such sentences where subject is a doer and we get answer of who does the action, and when we get answer as a subject, that sentence we conclude it as an active voice. So in active voice, subject plays an important role as he is doer of the action. Without him, we cannot say that who has done that action. And we start with the subject always in active voice. We start with the subject in active voice followed. So the structure that we follow in active voice is subject, verb, and object. That is our basic structure of a sentence. All our basic structure of a sentence is in active voice. Now let us come to passive voice. Now the sentences that we saw during active voice, while learning active voice, let us see passive voice of the sentence. Let us see the same sentence, what it becomes when it changes to the passive voice. So this was the sentence that we have started with. The cat is chasing the mouse, right? So here the verb was chasing. Now if I twisted this sentence and I reframed it in another way, if I want to reframe it in another way, I can get the sentence as the mouse is chased by the cat. Now here you can see, students, the verb chasing has been changed to chased. So the verb form is also changing here. The object of the sentence has become our subject. The subject of our sentence has become our object. So let us see another sentences and let us convert those other sentences. The second sentence that we saw was, beautiful giraffes roam the savannah. Here, the verb that we used was roam. So the next sentence, if we change it, the savannah is roamed by beautiful giraffes. Yes, the meaning doesn't change here at all. The tense of the sentence doesn't change at all. Beautiful giraffes roam the savannah. Savannah is roamed by beautiful giraffes. So the present tense is not changing. The meaning is not changing. Only the sentence structure has been changed. The third sentence, Mary sells the fruits. So if I twist and turn the sentence, it will become, the fruits are sold by Mary, right? So here also you can see the verb sells has been changed to sold, but the sentence meaning has not been changed, tenses has not been changed, right? So it is the same. The fruits are sold by Mary. So what can we conclude with this? We can conclude that the chased, roamed, and sold, like chasing, roam, and sells, were giving us the answer of who chased, who roams, or who sells. The question who In the same way, the verbs chased, roamed, sold, we have to ask these verbs question by whom? By whom? Beautiful. The savannah is roamed by whom? The mouse is chased by whom? The fruits are sold by whom? So, if when we ask by whom, we will get answered as by the cat. Beautiful giraffes, by beautiful giraffes, by Mary. So, we come to know that the action in the active voice, the subject was doer of the action, whereas in passive voice, the subject becomes receiver of the action. The subject is receiving that action. By whom the action is happening? By whom? By whom the chasing is done? By whom roaming is done? By whom selling is done? So, we receive answer for by whom. So, the sentence is said to be in passive voice when the subject becomes receiver of the action. That is, it will answer the question by whom asked to the verb. So, the subject, the structure of the sentence when it is in active voice is subject plus verb plus object. Whereas the inactive voice, the subject acts as a doer of the action. But when we have to convert the sentence into passive voice, we will interchange the place of subject and object. Subject will be replaced by object of the verb in the active voice, and object will be replaced by the subject of the verb in active voice. So what will be the sentence here, the sentence structure? Object will come first, but do not forget the verb form also changes. So the verb's past participle form is used. The third form of the verb, that is past participle form, that we will use plus by subject. You have to use by and then you will write the subject. Okay? So this will be the sentence formation for passive voice. So let us just revise active voice and passive voice. The active voice is what subject does, and in passive voice, the focus is on the action, not on the subject. The focus is on the action. So they have given one example here. Ram killed Ravan is an active voice. Direct action of killing is done by Ram. So that action of killing is done by Ram. So Ram becomes a doer of the action. And the sentence Ram killed Ravan has become an active voice. It is in an active voice. Whereas if we express the same sentence in other words, we can express it as Ravan was killed by Ram. Ravan was killed by Ram. So in active voice, you can see it is a very straightforward and a very short way to express the idea or the thought in a very expressive way. But if you see the passive voice, it is going around, taking a big turn and then coming to the point. Okay, so Ravan was killed by Ram. So Ravan is the object of the first sentence, which is in active voice. Was killed is the past participle form. of the verb killed, and by we have to add, and the subject Ram. So this is the sentence in passive voice. So let us see few examples for the same. Children studied maths yesterday. Maths was studied yesterday by the children. So which sentence is in active voice and which sentence is in passive voice? Children studied mathematics yesterday is in active voice. So who studied mathematics? Children. And mathematics was studied yesterday by children. By whom maths was studied? By the children, right? So first sentence becomes an active voice and second sentence becomes a passive voice. This is the next second example. Girl clicks selfie. Girl clicks selfie. Is it active voice or a passive voice? Right, it's an active voice. Who clicks selfie? Girl. So girl is the direct doer of clicking the selfie. So girl clicks selfie becomes an active voice. Whereas the same sentence is written in passive voice, that is, selfie is clicked by girl. Selfie is clicked by who? By girl. So it becomes a passive voice. The mouse was eaten by the cat. The mouse was eaten by the cat. Now when you see this sentence, which voice can you conclude which voice is this sentence? It is a passive voice, right? It is a passive voice. But why it is passive voice? Because the past participle form of the verb eat, that is eaten. Eaten is the past participle form of the verb eat. So when past participle form is used in the sentence, it becomes passive voice. So the mouse was eaten by the cat is the passive voice. And what will be the active voice? The cat ate the mouse. The cat ate the mouse. It is eaten is when we have used was, it is in past tense. So the past tense of eaten will become ate. So the cat ate the mouse. So the meaning of the sentence doesn't change. Let us see another example. The chef cooks pasta. This is an active voice, as you all can see there. It is written in below the sentence. A chef cooks pasta. Right? So it is active voice. Who cooks pasta? A chef. Now when we are expressing the same sentence in passive voice, pasta is cooked by chef. Pasta is cooked by whom? By chef. So it is the passive voice. The last sentence, Walt Disney drew Mickey Mouse. This is an active voice. Who drew Mickey Mouse? Walt Disney. Now drew is a past tense, so we are going to use an auxiliary verb, was. Mickey Mouse was, the past participle of drew is drawn. So Mickey Mouse was drawn by Walt Disney. So Mickey Mouse was drawn by whom? He was drawn by Walt Disney, right? And one last sentence is, elders should be respected. Who should be respected? Elders should be respected. And who is going to respect elders? Everyone. Everyone they should respect, right? So this becomes a passive voice. Why it becomes a passive voice? Elders should be respected is elders should be respected is like the subject here is a hidden subject. Elders should be respected. The elders are the object who are receiving this the action of respect. So they should be respected, but by whom they should be respected, it is not mentioned. So, and it is not required to be mentioned. Why? Because the sentence elders should be respected is self-explanatory. We don't require a subject there. If it is there, it's okay. If it is not there, it's okay. The meaning is complete. So elders should be respected, but by whom? There is an answer, but we don't have an answer here in the sentence. But we will always ask a question, by whom? If we listen to the sentence, elders should be respected, right? So it becomes a passive voice. Now, when we are going to convert this to an active voice, you should write as the subject first. So what is the subject? One should respect one's elders. Or you can write, everyone should respect elders. Everyone should respect their elders. So that becomes an active voice, that you are showing a direct respect action that is to be done by everyone, or you can do it as an all, right? So all should respect their elders, or everyone should respect their elders. So you can use this subject as per your understanding for making it to an active voice. So this was passive voice and active voice. I hope you all like the video, you all like the teaching, and you all understood the concept of active voice and passive voice. We will solve some more worksheets on the same so that you get a more clear picture for this concept. So thank you everyone, and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you once again. So with this, we stop our session here. Shall meet in our next session. Bye-bye. Take care. Thank you.